Hi students, welcome to history class. Before starting lesson, I am asking some questions from previous class. When did first Carnatic war started? In 1746 to 1748. Which treaty ended first Carnatic war? Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. When did second Carnatic war started? In 1749 to 1754. Which treaty ended second Carnatic war? Treaty of Pondicherry. What is the result of second Carnatic war? This war brought laurels to English. Okay, first result. Then a second, this war brought political setback to French. These are the two results of second Carnatic war. Which is the capital of Carnatic? Arcot. Arcot was the capital of Carnatic. Okay. So previous class you studied first and second Carnatic war. Today's class we may study about third Carnatic war. Third Carnatic war started from 1756 to 1763. Total 7 years war. Okay. So what is the main reason for third Carnatic war? In Europe, war of 7 years started between French and English over the issue of succession of Austria. So this resulted in war between French and English in India also. Okay, what is the main reason for first Carnatic war? In Europe, war of 7 years. How many years? 7 years. 1756 to 1763. War of 7 years started between English and French. Why? Over the issue of succession of Austria. Okay. Both English and French wanted to capture Austria to their control. So war started in Europe. So this resulted in war between French and English in India also. Okay, first war started in Europe. Okay, it continued in India also in the form of Carnatic wars. Clear this? Okay, so in Europe, 7 years war took place between French and English. Okay, so it continued even in India also. This is the main reason for third Carnatic war. Then what happened? How is the nature or course of this war? Course of war. First what happened? French sent their army under the leadership of Count de Lally. Count de Lally to capture Vandivash. Okay. French sent their army under the leadership of Count de Lally. Why? To capture Vandivash. Okay, in retaliation, English also sent their army. English sent their army under the leadership of Sir Eyrecourt. Okay, Sir Eyrecourt. First French sent their army under the leadership of Count de Lally. Why? To capture Vandivash. Okay, later, another side, English also sent their army. Why? Sent their army under the leadership of Sir Eyrecourt. So what happened here? What is the result of this fighting between French and English? Here, Sir Eyrecourt defeated Count de Lally. Okay, here Count de Lally was defeated by the hands of English leader Sir Eyrecourt. Okay, later he imprisoned Bussy. Who is this Bussy? He was the military leader of French. Okay, Sir Eyrecourt defeated Count de Lally. Finally, he kept Bussy in a jail. Clear this? Okay, later what happened? Count de Lally, he escaped from that place. Okay, he must protect his life. Okay, so he escaped from that place. Finally, he hid in Pondicherry. Okay, he got fear about Sir Eyrecourt. Already, he defeated the army of Count de Lally. Later, he imprisoned Bussy. Okay, so he know the danger. So he escaped from that place. Finally, he hid in a place called Pondicherry. But Sir Eyrecourt, he know this matter. So he made attack on Sir Eyrecourt once again made attack on Pondicherry. Okay, which place? Pondicherry. Okay, finally, finally what happened? Count de Lally surrendered. Count de Lally surrendered in 1761. Clear this? Okay, this is the cause of Third Carnatic War. Okay, first what happened? French sent their army under the leadership of Count de Lally to capture Vandivash. Okay, in retaliation, English sent their army under the leadership of Sir Eyrecourt. Okay, what happened in this battle? Sir Eyrecourt means English army defeated Count de Lally. Okay, later Sir Eyrecourt imprisoned Bussy. Who was Bussy? Bussy was the military leader of French. Okay, he imprisoned Bussy. In that moment, Count de Lally, he got fear about Sir Eyrecourt. So he escaped from that place. Finally, he hid in a place called Pondicherry. But Sir Eyrecourt know this matter. Once again, he made attack on Pondicherry. Okay. Finally, what happened? Count de Lally surrendered. He surrendered to English. Without any condition, he surrendered to English in the year 1761. So, what is the result of this war? What happened at the end? Result. First one, French lost all their bases in India. In the beginning, French, they put a strong base or foundation in India. But they lost all their bases in India. French lost their bases in India. Base means they lost their foundation in India. Okay. Then at the end of Third Carnatic War, Treaty of Paris took place. Okay. So as per the Treaty of Paris, Pondicherry returned to French. Okay. At the end of Third Carnatic War, Treaty of Paris took place between French and English. So, Pondicherry returned back to French. Why? Because Pondicherry was the capital city of French. So, Pondicherry returned back to French. Okay. Third one. French lost importance in India. In the beginning, French have very influential position in India. Okay, they have very good respect in India. But what happened? Due to this war, French lost their importance in India. Last one. In this way, by defeating their rivals or enemies, English emerged as strong political power in South India. Okay, by defeating enemies, English emerged as a strong political power in India. Okay. By destroying their enemies, English, they tried to consolidate all power in their hands. So finally, they emerged as a strong political power in India. These are all the results of Third Carnatic War. Next, British rule in India. Here, British took whole part of South India to their control. Okay. Later, they tried to take North India also to their control. Okay. British were successful in taking whole part of North India, South India to their control. Later, they want to capture South India also to their control. During 18th century, Bengal province, it was one of the prosperous city of Mughal Empire. Okay. In 18th century, Bengal province, it is the prosperous province of Mughals. Clear? Okay. Then here British want to take Bengal province to their control. Okay. Then present Bengal province, it includes Bengal, then Bihar and Odisha. Okay, then why this province was one of the most prosperous province of Mughals? Because this province made more progress in the field of agriculture. Progress in the field of agriculture, commerce and industry. In these fields, agriculture, commerce and industry, these fields, Bengal province made more progress. So, British wanted to capture Bengal province to their control. Why? Because this province made more progress in the field of agriculture, commerce and industry. Okay, so here Mughal Emperor Farooq Shiar, he gave permission to English to do trade, tax-free trade in Bengal province. Okay, Mughal Emperor Farooq Shiar gave permission to English to do tax-free trade in Bengal province. Clear this? Mughal Emperor Farooq Shiar gave permission to English to do tax-free trade. Okay, tax-free trade. Without paying any tax, they can do import or export activities. Okay, tax-free trade is also called Daskhats issued by Mughal Emperor to English. Okay, but so here English got permission to do tax-free trade. So they tried to make more profit from this tax-free trade. Okay, Daskhat or tax-free trade permission granted by Mughal Emperor Farooq Shiar. So English tried to made more profit from this facility. Okay, so here, but really these Daskhats were limited to company transactions, but these Daskhats were misused by the officials of the company. Okay, Daskhats limited to company transactions, but officials of company misused these Daskhats. Okay, really Daskhats were limited to government transactions or company transactions. But what happened? Officials of East India Company, they misused these Daskhats for their benefit. Okay, what is the result of this? It caused more loss to Nawab's company. Okay, it gave loss to Nawab's company. It caused huge loss to Nawab's government. Okay, so all Nawabs, including Murashid Ali Khan to Alivardan Khan, all started to oppose this Daskhat. So some Nawabs opposed Daskhats. Okay, who are those prominent Nawabs? One, Murashid Ali Khan. Next, Alivardi Khan. Including these two, some other Nawabs also started to oppose these Daskhats. Okay, so this gave chance to confrontation between Nawabs and East India Company. Okay, so here conflict or confrontation started between Nawabs and company. This gave chance to two dangerous wars in the history of India. Okay, one battle of Plassey, then a battle of Buxar. Okay, so these two wars, dangerous wars, took place in the history of India. Why? Because the Scots were misused by the officials of company. So Nawab's government got full loss. Okay, so some Nawabs opposed these the Scots. Who are the prominent Nawabs? One Murashid Ali Khan, then Ali Vardi Khan. These are all Nawabs started to show opposition to English. Okay, finally it gave chance to conflict between company and Nawabs. Okay, and this gave chance to two dangerous wars in the history of India. Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar. These are the two important wars. Battle of Plassey, then Battle of Buxar. Two crucial wars or two dangerous wars in the history of India. Now we may study about the Battle of Plassey. It took place in the year 1757. Here Bengal was the prosperous province of Mughal Empire. Its provincial head was Ali Vardi Khan. He died. After the death of Ali Vardi Khan, his grandson Siraj-ud-Dawla came to power. Okay, so Siraj-ud-Dawla was still young, so British completely neglected him. But Siraj-ud-Dawla felt that English were disobeying his words and they are supporting his enemies. This gave chance to enmity between Siraj-ud-Dawla and English. Okay, first Ali Vardi Khan. Vardi Khan was the Nawab of Bengal. Nawab of Bengal. But he died. He died in the year 1756. In the year 1756, Ali Vardi Khan died. So after the death of Ali Vardi Khan, his grandson, who is that grandson? Siraj-ud-Dawla came to power. Okay, after his death, his grandson Siraj-ud-Dawla came to power. Okay, when he came to power, he was still young. So British neglected him. But Siraj-ud-Dawla felt English were disobeying his words. They were not giving any respect to his words and they are giving support to his enemies. This gave chance to enmity between Siraj-ud-Dawla and English. Okay, now we may study about what are the reasons or causes for causes for Battle of Plassey. Okay, reasons or causes of Battle of Plassey. What are the main reasons? First one, misuse of the Scots. Here, the Scots were misused by the officials of East India Company for their benefit. This angered Siraj-ud-Dawla more. Okay, when the Scots were misused by the officials of the company, in this moment Siraj-ud-Dawla got more angry on English. Okay, here what is this Daskat? That is the tax-free trade permission to Mughal Emperor Farooq Shiara gave the Scots or tax-free trade permission to English. Okay, but these daskhats were misused by the officials of East India Company. Okay, this angered Sirajuddaula more on English. Okay, first one, misuse of daskhats. Second one, mending of fort. Mending of fort without permission. Clear this? Mending of fort without permission. Okay. Yeah. English repaired the fort of Calcutta and they kept cannons in these forts. Okay. British repaired which fort? Calcutta fort. And they kept cannons, gunpowder, cannons in these forts. Okay, then Sirajuddaula ordered them to remove cannons from the fort. Okay, but British were not ready to remove cannons from the fort. This angered Sirajuddaula more on English. Clear this? Mending of fort without permission. Without the permission of Sirajuddaula, British repaired the fort of Calcutta and they kept cannons or gunpowder in these forts. Then Sirajuddaula ordered English to remove cannons from that fort, but English were not ready to remove cannons from the fort. Okay, this is the second reason for Battle of Plassey. Okay, what is the third reason? Black Room tragedy. Okay, Black Room tragedy. What is this Black Room tragedy? Here, irked by this or irritated by all this, Sirajuddaula captured Fort William. Okay, which fort? Fort William. And he imprisoned some of Britishers. Okay, in this fort. Later, he imprisoned 146 Englishmen in this fort, of which 123 Englishmen were died. This came to be known as Black Room tragedy. Okay, here I said British misused the skirts for their benefit. Later, they repaired Calcutta fort. Finally, they kept cannons in that fort. Finally, Sirajuddaula ordered them to remove cannons from the fort, but English were not ready to remove cannons from the fort. Irritated by this, Sirajuddaula captured Fort William easily. Okay, Sirajuddaula captured which fort? Fort William. Fort William. Later what he did? He imprisoned Britishers in this fort. Clear this? Sirajuddaula captured Fort William and he imprisoned some of the Britishers in this fort. He kept some of the Britishers in this fort. He kept all these Britishers in a jail. Okay. How much prisoners were captured by Sirajuddaula? He imprisoned 146 Englishmen. How much? 146 Englishmen. Out of 146, 123 Englishmen died. Okay. Out of 146 Englishmen, 123 Englishmen were died. This came to be known as a Black Room Tragedy. Clear this. What is Black Room Tragedy? First, Sirajuddaula captured Fort William easily. Later, he imprisoned some of the Britishers in this fort. So, he imprisoned 146 Britishers in jail. Out of 146, 123 Englishmen were died. This incident came to be known as Black Room Tragedy. Okay, so on hearing the news of Sirajuddaulla's attack on Fort William, officials of Madras sent Robert Clive to defeat Sirajuddaulla. Okay, so Sirajuddaulla, to defeat Sirajuddaulla. Then, so Robert Clive, he got angry on Sirajuddaulla and he arrived to Calcutta. Okay, in that moment, Robert Clive was successful in attracting the attention of some locals like Manichand, Nemichand, okay, then Jagat Seth and some others to his side. Later, he was successful in convincing Mir Jafar also. Here Mir Jafar is the military leader of Sirajuddaulla. Okay, here Robert Clive offered the post of Nawab of Bengal to Mir Jafar. Okay, here Mir Jafar also want to become the military want to become Nawab of Bengal. So he accepted the proposal of Robert Clive. Okay, so encouraged by all these developments, Robert Clive declared war on Sirajuddaulla on January 23, 1757. So both the parties, Sirajuddaulla and Robert Clive, both parties met at Plassey on January 23, 1757. So here Mir Jafar, he is the military leader of Sirajuddaulla, he gave support to English. So due to the treachery of Mir Jafar, here Sirajuddaulla defeated by the hands of English. So Sirajuddaulla was captured, but he tried to escape from that place. Okay, but it can't possible. Finally, he was killed. Okay, these are all information about Battle of Plassey. Clear this? First what happened in Black Room tragedy? What happened? Sirajuddaulla kept 146 Britishers in a jail. Okay, out of 146, 123 Englishmen were died. Okay, this came to be known as a Black Room Tragedy. Okay. Okay, so by listening the news of Sirajuddaulla's attack on Fort William, officials of Madras, they sent Robert Clive. Okay, Robert Clive, he was the leader of British Army. Robert Clive to Calcutta. Robert Clive arrived Calcutta. Okay, and he was successful in attracting the attention of locals. he attracted attention of locals. Okay, who are those locals? Manichand, then Nemichand and Jagat Seth. Okay, they were all local people attracted towards Robert Clive. Okay, later what happened? He was successful in convincing Mir Jafar also. Robert Clive convinced Mir Jafar. How? By offering the post of Nawab of Bengal. Okay, Sirajuddaula, he was the Nawab of Bengal. Here, Mir Jafar, he was the military leader of Sirajuddaula. Okay, but Robert Clive made friendship with Mir Jafar and he tried to convince Mir Jafar. How? By offering the post of Nawab of Bengal. Okay, here Mir Jafar also want to become a Nawab of Bengal. So this post was offered by Robert Clive. Okay, so encouraged by all this development, here Robert Clive declared war on Sirajuddaula. Okay, Robert Clive declared war on Sirajuddaula. He made lot of arrangements for a war. So finally he declared war on Sirajuddaula. On January 23, 1757. Okay. On January 23, 1757, Robert Clive declared war on Sirajuddaula. Both armies of English and Robert Clive and Sirajuddaula met at Plassey. Okay, so Battle of Plassey took place on January 23, 1757. All went very good according to the plan of Robert Clive. He made lot of arrangements. He turned the attention of local people including Manichand, Nemichand and Jagat Seth. Finally, he was successful in convincing military leader of Sirajuddaula, Mir Jafar also, by offering the post of Nawab of Bengal. Okay, so in this way, by making lot of arrangements, here Robert Clive made attack on Sirajuddaula. So both armies met at Plassey on January 23, 1757. Okay, so in this war, Mir Jafar gave support to English. Really, he must give support to Sirajuddaula, but he wanted to become Nawab of Bengal, so he gave support to English. So with the treasury of this Mir Jafar, finally British got success in the war. Okay, British captured Sirajuddaula. Here Sirajuddaula, he tried to escape from the battlefield. Okay, but he was captured and finally killed. Okay, in this way Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. Okay, these are all information about causes of battle of Plassey. Okay, tomorrow class we may study about what is the result of battle of Plassey. Okay, then one more part, battle of Buxar. Tomorrow class I will explain. Thank you, students.